Hi, world.
Hi, world.
Hi.
Welcome to episode 1 of Rollin' 420's podcast, the D&D Stoner Show. Well, we've got a couple of doobies, some dice, and we're ready to play some D&D. I hope you're ready to join us on this awesome fantasy adventure through our 5th edition D&D campaign. It's all original stuff. Most of it. I mean, obviously, I'm DM, so I can steal stuff from other great works. Like, I stole some stuff from Brandon Sanderson, but what's he gonna do about it? He's famous.
Square up, Brandon.
Yeah, step off, Brandon. You can come from me. Ain't nobody listen to this.
Yeah, come confront us in person.
Yeah, I'm Jonah. I'll be the DM here. I made this world, and I'm gonna put these players through the horrible, sadistic story I've made.
Yeehaw.
Oh yeah. If anyone's curious, D&D, yes, is Stranger Things game. You came to the right place. So we've got some great people around the table with me today. To my left here, I have this wonderful player. If you'd like to introduce your character for us.
I'm Anchorage. I'm a half-elf rogue paladin. I grew up in the streets of Tempt. My family was poor, so I learned to steal. Learn to make my way in the world, but then I wanted to change my ways, so I moved from the Stormlands to Stonehive, and I joined the Church of Agoth and became a paladin. But now I've been restationed in the Kattegat.
Yep.
As a sort of sheriff.
Yeah. Sheriff Guardian type deal. And then right next to our wonderful Anchorage is our guest for today,
Erris Emberwalker. It is very nice to meet you all. I am a half-elf druid, also from the Stormlands, but actually from the upper crust, from a more upper-class family. But I decided to choose a life of crime instead. Much more fun, much more adrenaline that way, I see it. Anchorage and I actually go way back. As children, we were running around the Stormlands together, and I got a taste for the more underworld. Yeah. But now I am also in Kattegat as a criminal.
Yeah, the two of you... Yes. You grew up together, and now you've found yourself in the same place side. Again in the center of the world, in this crazy monster habitat that you're staying in.
Yes.
And then finally, over here, our other standard. If you'd like to introduce your character for us.
My character's name is...
Right into the mic for us. Just make sure they really know what your character's name is.
Sorry, the magic is coursing through me at the moment. All of my arcane focus just to be with you right now. My presence is needed elsewhere.
It's okay. They came to a show called Rollin' 420. They knew what they were getting in.
No, we're all sober, right?
All right. My character. My name is Tommund. Tommund Jerry. I am a dragonborn warlock. My patron stole away my name and gave me a new one based on his favorite warriors, brothers from another dimension. I don't know. He observes them frequently, I suppose.
So it's Tommund.
Tommund
Jerry.
Yes.
Like first name Tommund, last name Jerry.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Just making sure I got that. Okay.
But
Tommund.
I'm a dragonborn from Stonehive, the lowest reaches. And I was small then. I'm pretty big now. I'm about a 5'10". 5 going strong, 5'10".
That's short for a dragonborn, isn't
Yeah, that's
it?
actually kind of short for a dragonborn.
Oh, well, I don't see any other dragonborn around here that are taller than me. So fuck you. But anyways, I grew up in the lower reaches of the stone hives, and I can say that they are the worst place to grow up. There is very little childcare there.
Isn't that what makes it so fun, though?
No, that does not make it fun. But from there, I went on and pursued higher education, and now I am a researcher here.
Ooh, that's great. I mean, with a cast like this, how can you guys not be excited? This is gonna be awesome. We've got Tommund, Jerry.
That's one person.
I'm just one guy. Tommund, Jerry. Okay. Wow, isn't that convenient? All 3 player characters here today are all in the Kattegat. Wow. How about that? I mean, if that doesn't give you an idea of where we're going to start this campaign, I don't know what will. Anchorage, we're going to go ahead and start with you. You wake up with a start. You'd fallen asleep in your rocking chair that you keep in your little sheriff's office. You just woken up from a very strange dream. Bits and pieces of it just floating around in your mind. Horrific imagery of a sick creature and someone you recognized from town, but now that you're awake, you can't quite put a name to them. This would be the dream that took place before we started recording. But Anchorage, you start awake from this strange dream, and you can't help but feel like it was maybe prophetic in nature, and you're just really trying to hold on to those details before they slip away. When, God damn it, the little exposition halfling walks in. Gilbert Goggins. He's this plump little red-haired halfling where he's got like the size of his head shaved a little bit into a bit of a faux hawk. And he's got a little belly which he keeps a nice little green vest tucked around. And he comes in and he looks about and he goes, Anchorage, oh there you are. Where you sleeping, mate? I haven't woken you, have I? Well, now that you're awake, I had some business I've been wanting to discuss with you. You know, since you're new in town and all, and I'm the exposition halfling, I figured I better swing around and have a chat with you.
Damn it, Gilbert.
No, I'm sorry, this can't wait.
Okay, go ahead. I'm ready.
Well, ready or not, here I come, because I've got some things to talk about with you, because you know this, the Kattegat, you know, it's not like anywhere else, and since you're the sheriff of it, you're really going to have to know it. You think you can handle that?
Gilbert,
don't Gilbert me. Don't Gilbert me.
Gilbert, you gave me no information in that statement.
Look, no, here. Oh, don't worry. I've got more. I've got more. And the Kattegat, trust me, I've been here for a while. You gotta be ready for anything. Now, I know you're a big shot paladin and you've been dealing with monsters your whole life, but you've been dealing with monsters out there in your world. You've been experiencing the damage they can do when they escape into your world. Now you're in the Kattegat. This is their world, son. They know it better than anywhere, and trust me, I've been here a long time. I know what I'm talking about. It's really not a safe place for humanoids to be at all. This place is genuinely awful. You have to understand, the monsters, they're going to be stronger here. They're going to know the terrain better. Do you think you're really prepared for that? And I mean, the people that have to move here. Oh, God. You know, most of them don't want to be here at all. They're all just chased here by the oppressive powers that rule the rest of the world, you know. Like the King Richard, for example. Take King Richard, you know him. The one, the hierarchical monarch of Dou'Slumba at the moment. You know, he really just doesn't realize how much refugees have to move here when he flexes his power to the other smaller nations, just to remind them that, he's the ruler of the world or whatever. And, what happens to all those people? They gotta go somewhere, and, they come here. Are you ready to defend those people, Sheriff? Do you even know how to defend those people? How about people who are offset by the Farland Delva, or the Golden Fathers, the dwarves who live in Stonehive. Golden Fathers, they call themselves, but because they made the world and built these cities, that gives them no right to them. They gave the cities to us, and now they're trying to take them back, and, well, where are the people who live in those cities gonna go? Well, they're gonna come here, like me. That's what happened. Us and the Goggins, we used to live up in Stonehive until the dwarves came in. They went, we lost our city, Kattegat, and now it's a monster hunting ground. So we're gonna take yours. And what are the halflings gonna do? Well, I guess they gotta go clean up the dwarves' mess. Golden Fathers. More like golden shitters. Am I right? Anchorage?
Yeah, dude.
But that's not even the worst of it. The worst! It's the damn Church of Agoth. They've outlawed all religions except for the worship of the sun and of Agoth, right? That's just evil, Those priests,
Gilbert?
if it were up to me... He, stops and, looks at you as though he's, just remembered who he's talking to. And that brings me to how I am so grateful that the Church of Agoth has sent you here to protect us from the monsters. It's so wonderful that you're here. And I'm Gilbert the Exposition Halfling, and I feel like I should probably be stepping out by now.
Was that all you wanted to tell me, Gilbert?
Yes, I just thought I'd give you a little piece of inconsistent accent old man's advice, and then be on my way. I've noticed tensions seem to have risen a little bit with my last statements, and and he turns around and he just starts walking towards the door while going, gets the door, starts closing it behind him.
Thanks for coming, Gilbert.
Anytime. Closes the door behind him. Oh wow, what would I do without an exposition halfling?
Explain the backstory?
Yeah, but not through the voice of an annoying little halfling.
I love Gilbert. I love a little annoying halfling.
Anchorage, you look around and you notice that your partner is not here. Maybe since you overslept, they've already headed out to deal with something.
I'm gonna get dressed.
You're gonna get dressed? Okay.
Go out.
All right, Anchorage, you put on your sheriff's uniform. What does that look like? What's your sheriff?
My sheriff's uniform is very common clothes, but with a belt and a big shiny symbol of Agoth clipped right onto the front. And I got a short sword at my side, on the other side from the clip, and I have my hair up, because I mean business.
You mean business. You get all dressed up, you crack your knuckles, you're ready to go protect this damn town. You throw open the door of your sheriff's office and you look out onto the town that you've been delegated to protect. The town of Stumphold. A sleepy, small, mostly gnome and fae village that is cradled in this clearing of trees. So all the edges of the town are just brush and trees going straight up to a canopy above. There's lots of little houses carved into these old growth trees that are just super squat and stout. It's perfect for the smaller folk to live in. And then there's a good spread of other species too that are more on the larger side, and they've got these little constructed shacks out of like bits of mushroom and wood and stuff. It's all very like new and kind of temporary. People in the Kattegat often have to move around because monsters will find their hiding spots and destroy them, and then they'll have to find somewhere new that's protected. But so far, Stumphold has never been breached. It's a relatively new encampment, but as long as you're sheriff here, you don't plan on letting that record break.
I guess I want to go. Would I know of any spots that Erris would normally go?
Erris, as a master of the arcane, would likely be patroning Bellamy's Treasure Trove, which is a known magic art shop. He also might be at the Hard Garden, which is the medieval equivalent of the dispensary in this town that grows all sorts of like exotic plants that you might need. That's the Hard Garden. Either of those, Erris Amber Walker seems very likely to be at. Either trying to get magic shit from Bellamy or lighten up at the Hard Garden.
I'm gonna go to the Hard Garden.
You go to the Hard Garden. This is one of the more like established buildings. The walls are even made of stone and mortar, built up with all these vines growing along it. And then up across the ceiling, up across the roof, you can't even see the shingles anymore because it's just this bed of like flowering vines. And there's just a little painted sign just placed kind of in the ivy up against the wall that just says the Hard Garden. It's very just rudimentary, just getting the message across. There's not a lot of need for advertising in the Kattegat. Like there's only
you either know it or you don't.
You know it or you don't know it.
I'm just gonna cruise right in.
All right, you head on in, and the proprietor of this establishment, this little garden here, this whole operation is Misty. She's this elderly wood elf, and she's very flowy. She's got these like long, thick sleeves that hang down super far, and she's got this big like gray coat that she wears over her like super colorful outfit underneath. And she looks over at you and she goes, "Oh, Sheriff, welcome to the Hard Garden. Is there anything I can get you?"
Misty!
Anchorage.
Can I get an ounce of the usual?
Ounce of the good stuff?
And have you seen Erris around?
Erris? No, surprisingly I would have expected Erris here by now, but maybe he's still got some of the stuff I sold him last time.
Fair enough.
Has Erris been missing long? You might check Bellamy's.
I'll do that.
Come with me, one moment.
I got a moment.
And she disappears like behind her counter, behind this like little curtain. You gonna follow?
Absolutely.
You follow her back into this like giant garden area. This is where she grows many of her plants. I have been hearing whispers from certain of my trees of danger coming. Something coming to claim rare specimens and maybe my plants themselves. And she leads you over, and it's this like little plant. There's these vines, and she like picks one of them up and she puts it in the ground. I have just finished developing this. It's really one of a kind. Fast growing vines. Just add water. She pours a little water on it, and the vine shoots like straight up like a rope. I think someone's coming to take my genius invention, Sheriff. And I'm willing to pay very handsomely for any reward on the information, or of any reward. Oh, God. I am willing. Sorry, I've been smoking so much of my own stuff. When you start to reach my age, it really just takes
I've heard that you're actually not supposed to do that.
Get high on your own supply? Oh,
Yeah.
It's just a capitalist lie. Don't listen to that.
Okay.
As I was saying, I would be willing to offer a substantial reward for any information on these would-be flora thieves. I won't allow for it, you hear, Sheriff?
Yeah.
These vines are my life's work. Were they to be stolen, I would be crushed. And I might have to stop growing other things as well. It would be terrible for the entire economy of Stumhold.
While she's talking,
It would just be so sad. Yeah, she's just like droning
while
on.
she's talking, I want to try to slip a few seeds.
Oh, a few of her fast-growing vines. Okay, make me sleight of hand check.
I mean, they could come in handy. I'm the sheriff. If
She might
anybody should
need
be
those.
using these seeds, it should be me.
Here, I'll do a perception check for you.
21.
Oh, well, that's... Yeah, she has no idea. You just... How many you taking?
3.
3? Okay. You just slip 3 seeds, and there's like 20, so 3 won't even be missed.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just kind of slide them in your pocket, and then she's like just finishing up, and she turns back.
Thank you. You've taken a weight off my mind, Sheriff. Oh, now I shall go take the weight off my mind a little more.
And she like steps back, and she like goes into this little corner of her garden, and then you see just little puffs of smoke. With that, we're going to cut to Tommund Jerry.
Okay.
Tommund, will you please describe your
So-
character for us?
All right. So I'm currently in a suit of armor, and it's made of magisteel. So it's a slightly light blue metal material. Although this one's quite worn. It's seen a lot of wear in the short time I've had it in Kattegat. On each of my limbs, and along my torso, there are metal bands that are inscribed with runes that are glowing faintly blue on top of them. And then those make their way all the way up my body, and then they connect onto my head, which is kind of like a fishbowl, you know? So full glass coverage, but a little more metal reinforcement in the back, of course. But those runes continue all the way up there, but then the inside of the fishbowl, you can't actually see my face. It's blocked out by just a whirlwind of white smoke.
Hotbox the suit.
Hotbox the suit. I mean, if you had like a Mysterio suit, you're telling me that's not the
Dude,
first thing you
That
do?
is the absolute first thing.
Absolutely the first thing I do.
You're telling me Jake Gyllenhaal wasn't high?
Yo, oh, absolutely. Oh,
Dude.
you're so right. He was. Tommund, you're on a beautiful grassy hill on the slim side of the wall. You look up at it. It's always been a sort of protective symbol when you used to be on the broad side of it. But now that it circles you and you're looking at the slim side, it feels a lot more threatening, maybe even evil. You look across over the wall and you can see the giant trees of the Sky Haven rising like mountains into the clouds. You reminisce shortly about your time spent there. Reminiscence. Spending time in the Kattegat can make you miss anywhere. This place is pretty brutal. And, well, maybe the Sky Havens weren't the perfect suit for you. At least you didn't have monsters attacking you every other day. But, you know, that's the price that's the price you pay for research.
True.
And knowledge, which is what you're here for and what your patrons sent you here for.
Mm-hmm.
And you're on the clock right now. You take a moment to look at a small group of fae fluttering by on butterfly-like wings until you spot your quarry, a small school of fire mites, fire elemental-based fae that flutter around and act as sort of pollinators for the Kattegat. But when they swarm together, they have known to be able to produce heats hot enough to incinerate a person. There is a smaller school of them floating about on the breeze above, and you've been observing them and taking notes on them for a while, just watching the differences in their flight patterns and heat. They're an interesting quarry, but they're not really what you're here for. You take a few moments to take some notes on the different behaviors, but no, it's time to go see your space lizard.
My space lizard?
A creature that fell out of the sky not too long ago is about a cat-sized lizard that moves unnaturally slow. We're talking like it has moved about 5 feet total since it landed about 10 days ago. But by your calculations, it's getting faster. yeah, this exciting work is what keeps you riveted to your job. You notice that the path you've taken here has actually led you quite close to your really slow space lizard. If you want to swing by and check on him.
I do.
See if he's made any progress.
I need to check on him.
You know, by your calculations and his steady increase in speed, you're thinking he could be going 1 mile an hour by the end of the
Take me to the lizard.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll stop fucking around. I'm taking you to the lizard. All right, Tommund, you plow through this landscape. It gets a little tough in the path to the lizard, but it's good that the path to get there is filled with thorns and vines and shit, because, you know, the lizard's pretty easy pickings. That thing's slow as hell. What's it going to do? So, you know, you push through the vines and you get to where the lizard's supposed to be, and he's gone. He's not there.
He was getting faster.
That's what you think at first, but then you're like, by your calculations, there's no way he could have sped up this quickly. Something has to be wrong. Do you want to make an investigation check, Tommund?
Yes, I would like to do that. It is an 8.
Oh, that's not super good.
Hold on. Plus 1. That is a 9.
A 9. Tommund, you rush over. No, my slow lizard! He ran away. And you like pound your fist on the ground in frustration, and as you do, you pound it into a large divot in the ground. A divot as if made by a heavily laden wagon. And you look around a little closer and you see some footprints. You're not sure of what kind, but they look humanoid-ish.
He evolved to be bipedal and then built a wagon. He's moving really fast now.
And, I mean, by your current line of thinking, I guess you would also think that he's split into maybe many. It's hard to tell how many from these footprints, and since you rolled a 9, but it looks like a lot. That or... Actually, no, never mind. We'll let you get there on your own.
No, okay. What's the surrounding environment look like?
So the surrounding environment, it's these like rolling grassy hills sprouting up with these like about like small boulder size clusters of manamite, which is this crystal that grows in like highly magical areas, and depending on the color, it just like tells you what kind of magic is there. And these are like a nice light blue. And then growing all around them are these thorny trees with these very thick stumps and heavy roots, with thorns even going along down the roots into the ground. And they grow very thick in this area. Do you want to make me a perception check to look at anything more specific?
Is there any fruit on the vines?
No.
What if I get a nat 20?
There still won't be fruit on the vines. Actually, fuck it. Okay, roll.
Shit. Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Ladies and gentlemen, and others, booyah.
Oh, well, that's certainly the first natural 20 we've gotten. Good lord. Okay, well, Tommund.
And now there is fruit.
There is a fruit. A fruit has fallen,
fruit.
like looks like a coconut actually, has fallen and speared itself on one of the thorns on these thorny trees. Looks like maybe the coconut was dropped by a bird of some kind when it was flying over, and it fell and it just stuck onto one of these thorns. But there is a fruit there, and you found it.
I'm gonna get it.
Also, in addition to finding that fruit, you take it off and you look right where you took the fruit from. There's this like hole in the shrubbery and these branches where the stuff has been smashed and cut away, and the carriage marks lead off that way.
That seems unimportant. I find
It does seem pretty unimportant.
But I'll give it a look anyways. Maybe this is where my lizard goes.
Okay, there was a lot of footprints.
Wow.
A lot. Following it on your own seems like a dangerous idea. I'm not gonna stop you. But
So I should
there
probably
is a new protector in town. A paladin sent to help the people here, and this a disappearing really slow lizard.
I'll give him a shot.
That sounds like his job description.
I'll give him a shot.
Okay, you'll give him a shot. I mean, a crime has been committed.
That's true.
Slow lizard is not here.
Okay. Now, is this just a regular coconut?
Yeah,
Really? Can I roll a perception check on it?
sure.
Okay. That's a 6.
It's just a regular coconut.
Okay, I'll store it for later.
Okay. And are you going to find the sheriff?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, you head down towards Stumphold. You make the trek from this area. You live a couple miles outside of Stumphold in your own little space, your own little crib. But you know the way to Stumphold pretty easily. You have to go there for supplies all the time.
Yeah.
You walk up and you get to the hill that you know signifies the entrance to Stumphold, with the clearing of trees just behind it. You look very closely and you can see the small door in the hill that you know is there.
Awesome.
Are you going in?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I should have taken that from awesome.
How should I know if it was the right door? You just said I know it's there.
I guess that's true. You open the door.
Like this could be someone's house.
It is kind of someone's house, but it's also the Hill Inn, which is the entrance into Stumphold. It's this cute, brightly lit little tavern concealed inside the little grassy hill that you just stepped inside. It's all run by the Goggins family, who is a family of halflings who are very numerous and very loud. And their matriarch runs this little establishment here, Gilda Goggins, which you don't see her here right now. It's kind of early, so there's not much traffic in the tavern, so she's probably dealing with more important stuff. You see Gilfer Goggins sweeping up a little bit. He goes,
hello, Tommund, is it? You're here early. Starting drinking already, or just passing through?
Oh no, I'm actually looking for the new sheriff in town.
Oh, Anchorage. Yes, seems like a capable fellow. Yeah, come, just pass on through. Come back if you need anything. Good seeing you.
Have you seen him about?
Oh, no, I've been working here all morning. You know Gilda, she doesn't like to see you slacking off. She caught me just, wandering around talking to the sheriff, or just wasting time not sweeping, talking to you.
You kind of start sweeping again.
So what, do I leave? Was this not the right door?
No, just go through. Just keep going.
Okay.
Just keep going.
I keep going.
You keep going. You walk through the back of the tavern and you open the back door, which opens into Stumphold. The bustling sounds of this little town greet you. It's peaceful, it's cute. Lots of beast folk are milling about right now. They're trading their wares. But you're not here for any of that. You look around for the sheriff and you kind of see him stumble out of the hard garden, looking all stoned with his red eyes, just kind of rubbing him a little bit. Like a big cloud of smoke exits behind him as he opens the door. You're like, there he is. That's the guy I need to help me out here. With that being said, Erris, are you ready to intro your character here?
Yes, I can go ahead and throw Erris into.
Oh yeah, would you go ahead and describe your
Yes.
character for us here?
Erris is going to be the tallest of the bunch, sitting
Okay.
at around 6'1", 6'2".
Oh, way taller than Tommund, who's only 5'10".
But more in a
I'm not even listening right now.
not comprehending. No. Yeah, I'm actually shorter than Tommund. Yeah.
I'm listening now.
Yeah, now he's listening.
Around that tall, however much you want to imagine.
Yeah, don't say anything about the height.
With long white braided hair that trails all the way down to about my hip. My skin is of a greenish light teal hue. All over, disregarding a few darker marks that resemble freckles but a bit more designed than that, as if they're intentionally put there. Maybe a tattoo, but it almost looks natural. And then my ears are pointed, of course, as I am half elf, and then piercings run all along the ears.
Any particular ones?
Just rings.
Just rings.
Very heavy looking rings
Super cool.
that start out very large at the lobe and then go smaller as you cruise up the ear.
And you cruise up the ear. Oh, that's such a good saying. Oh, I'm gonna start saying that all the time. Cruise up the ear.
I am a druid as well as what can mostly be determined by a number of potions lapped around my belt, as well as long flowing robes, mostly made of velvet, very expensive looking.
Very classy.
Very expensive looking, but intertwined also with natural fabrics like leaves sewn into the fabric as well. And then my feet are adorned only by a thick leather wrapping around my ankle down to my foot, but my toes are exposed. I seem to like to be touching the earth at all times. And then finally strung over my waist and over my back is a long spear. It's got a more technical term. What would you call it?
Oh, like a quarterstaff kind of thing?
Yeah, quarterstaff. That's what I was thinking.
Super cool.
Quarterstaff, and that's about it.
And just to let the people know, they're
Yes.
all level 4. I
Yes,
don't know
we
if
are
any
all
of them
fairly-
said that. But we got an interesting spread here. I'm really excited to see how this party works. But Erris, you are just doing one of your pastimes in the little village of Stumphold, where there's really not a lot to do, and that's going through Bellamy's treasure trove. Bellamy is one of your better friends in the town. He's this little demi-fae who takes the form of a small groundhog. And he wears this little green vest everywhere. And he runs this little place with his wife, whose name is... Oh, I don't want to get it wrong. I think it's Deandra, though. Yeah, So Bellamy and Deandra, they run this little place together. Deandra also takes the form of a groundhog, but she's got a slightly darker coat, and she's got a little white spot on her nose. And she wears a little purple vest. You're just looking around. Bellamy's, it's less of a store and more of a collection. He's a proprietor and trader of interesting things that you could probably only find in the Kattegat. He's got all sorts of strange magic items. You are just sorting through them all. Really, there's some really good stuff in here. You just got to be able to find it. And then be able to convince Bellamy to part with it, the stingy old bastard. Stuff you're looking through, he's got here. Whew. Seems like he's restocked. You're not sure where he got all this stuff, but there's some new stuff that looks pretty potent. There's a strange black cloak that's hanging in the display now that you haven't seen there before. There's a little collection of feather-like tokens along with a little tree in the middle of them. There's this new wand that is scary looking, a black wood with all these gnarled little lumps on it. looks like it was never used for anything positive. Definitely some dark magic used with that thing. And there's a new staff as well. But you look around to see if Bellamy's there. You can walk up to the counter where he usually is, and there's a little bell there that you can ring to try and get his attention. Do you want to try and get his attention?
Can I look at the things?
They're in like a glass display case right now. Cause these are the kind of nice things. He's got
Locked
these
away.
boxes full of just like trinkets and goods, like all over the floor, stacked up super high. That you could look through those. He doesn't really mind that much. But it's at your own risk. There have been some situations where people were digging through them and accidentally broke like an old vase that had a genie in it. Came out and wreaked havoc for a little while, but
I don't feel like dealing with the genie
right now. That probably won't happen.
Hey, can you come help? I'm gonna ring the bell.
You gonna go ring the bell?
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. Hey, Erris Walker, my favorite customer. Bellamy comes strutting out with his little 1 foot tall body, kind of stumpy with his little legs and his vest. He comes strolling out real slow, walking on his hind legs, of course, because he's classy that way. He doesn't want to get his paws dirty. He's kind of rubbing his paws together right now, and he looks up at you and he goes, Erris, what can I do for you today? And he scurries up on top of the counter and plops himself back there, and he leans up on a stack of books. What can I do for you, Erris?
Alright, Bellamy, I need to take a look at some things over here.
Oh yeah, you see what I just got in today? Aren't those beautiful?
I am looking at them, so I need just a bit of your time.
I always got time for you. And he pops down off the counter and he waddles over to the display case and he jumps up unnaturally high and he flicks the little lock and it opens and the glass display case doors swing open. Anything in particular you want to look at?
I would love a look at the cloak specifically, and then also the quarterstaff that you have.
Oh, yeah, I bet you'd like to see those, huh? This is an authentic cloak of the bat, you hear me? You put this thing on, you attune to it, you're gonna feel just like one of those hairy little winged motherfuckers. Flying around, sonar, getting bugs all in your mouth. This is the shit, I'm telling you, Erris. This is exactly what you want. Any sort of burglary action, if not saying that you would do that, if you needed to rob a place and be super stealthy, flying through the top story window, exit with all the money, nobody ever know you're there, you steal any magic items, whoa, you can bring them by good old Bellamy's. How about that, huh? But you get what I'm saying. Top of the line, you hear me? Top of the line. You got anything to trade for it?
Let's see that quarterstaff.
You want to see? Of course, you want to see the quarterstaff. Wow.
Give me the goods.
I know this is what I like to call.
You know I'm sneaky already.
Hey,
I can get a job done.
Yeah, you ain't know nothing about me. I'm Bellamy, the Wonder Gopher, huh? Whatever. And he like reaches up and he grabs the staff, and it's like way bigger than him. And he like topples back with it a little bit, and he like pushes it upwards. It's like put together. It's like one long tree that has just been shrunken down into like staff size, and then had the lower branches like broken off, but the top still like sprouts up into this like little canopy like thing of trees. And he swings it around a little bit. Oh, hi, hey, this is the staff of the woodlands right here. This beauty, you stab it into the ground, you say the right words, it'll turn into a giant tree, tall as you like, going, gone. That's something that's handy. Not only that, you really want, you can use it to talk to the beast folk that maybe can't understand you normally. This is the good shit right here. And you want to see the best part. He like pulls it down, and he breaks a little bit of the leaf and the branch off. And he pulls out a little pipe from his pocket, and he crumples it up. And he puts it in there, and he goes, Erris, you got a light. I know you got a light, you fucking fire witch.
My eyes get all wide as I realize what you're about to do.
Hey, you got a light?
And I go ahead
Yeah,
and snap my fingers,
You
and a
snap
spark
your fingers.
shoots.
Oh, that's just so damn handy. This is why I keep you around me. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Man, that's good. That's good. That's good. This is a top of the line woodland staff right here. He'll like hand you his little pipe. Anything else you want to look at, feel free to take a couple puffs of that. The branches, they regrow.
I go ahead.
Do you hear that? They regrow.
I go ahead and hit it before I say anything.
It's okay.
And then I let go. And I blow it out. And I go, okay. You've sold me.
I knew I would. But now, Erris, I can't just go giving away something like this. This is valuable, you know. This is cash money.
You were talking earlier like you need a burglary job. Do you need a burglary job?
Oh, do I need a burglary job? Hun, look. Can I call you Hun?
Go ahead as long as I can call you Hun as well.
That's perfectly fine. It's a term of endearment.
All right.
Look. I don't need nothing around here, hon.
Mm-hmm.
I got all I could ask for. Mm-hmm. Burglars just bring me these things without me even asking them to steal it. I've gone legit. Now, if you happen to rob a place and you got some things that you need to get off your chest, you know where to bring them, huh?
I do. How about you hold on to that staff for me? And then maybe I bring you something.
And you'll be back for it. I'll hold on.
I've got
to
a
it.
couple jobs lined up. Maybe I can find you some.
That's
good.
what I like to hear. That's yes, Erris, Ember Walker, pyromancer extraordinaire. You fucking psycho, you, yeah. All
Don't
right, you bring
smoke
me
all
back.
of it before I get back.
No promises. Anything else I can help you with? Oh, shit! I think the sheriff's looking for you.
The sheriff.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh,
Anchorage.
I forget that's him now.
I know, it's hilarious.
All right, then I guess I gotta go talk to the sheriff. Wish me luck.
Hey, stay out of trouble. And he'll go back into the back room. Deandra! We gotta put the staff in the back. Erris wants it for later. And you head out. Mm-hmm. The little shop there. Just as you come out, you smell this like strong waft of thick smoke as you see Anchorage stumble out of the hard guard. This just thick cloud of smoke billowing out of there, and you see him. And you're like, oh well, there he is. And you, Anchorage, you see.
Do I see him?
Yeah, you see him.
Oh, okay.
You, the two of you, like lock eyes, and you're like, ah.
Okay, wait.
Erris.
Wait. Have we seen each other? We see each other.
Yeah,
around?
you guys are currently living together.
Yeah.
You've just been able to reunite in the Kattegat, and you're back to being able to live together, and it's all great and hunky dory, and you guys are super cute. And I'm sure nothing will go wrong, especially since you're a guest character and won't be here every session. So I'm
a criminal.
And I'm the sheriff.
You guys are just as star-crossed as can be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go, Erris, I've been looking for you.
Just as you guys start like walking over towards each other, Tommund, you walk up and you get like right up in the sheriff's face because you finally found him, and you just like step right in between him and Erris, who you don't see, who's like just kind of walking over, and you just like put yourself right in the middle.
Sheriff, I need your help with something. It's important.
Hey, wait, your name is Tommund, right?
Yes, I'm Tommund, and I need your
totally
help.
Just had a dream about you last night. Well, not like about you, but like you were in it. Like you weren't like. I mean, like you were a big part of it, but like you weren't like the main part of
Are
it.
you the only sheriff?
Yeah, man. How can I help?
Do you think I could get any guards from the wall to help me or something?
No. Don't worry about it. I got you, man. What's the problem?
Well, somebody stole my lizard.
Dude, they stole your lizard? We'll get them.
Either that.
We'll get them.
Those bastards.
Those bastards, we'll get them.
Erris, you walk up into
Hold
this
on.
conversation at this point. Just as they stole your lizards. We'll get them. We'll get those bastards. And you walk into it at that point.
I'm just looking at Tommund, very confused, and then looking back at Anchorage, also very confused. But I say nothing.
I'm gonna stare them in the eye while they do that.
This empty-headed, smoke-filled bowl just like fixes what you assume to be its gaze upon the two of you, and you're like, is it still there?
Is it in there?
Is it moving? What you doing, Tom? You just looking at it?
Ahem! My lizard! Let's go!
Oh, were you like gesturing to go? Like, oh, I'm in. Okay, I
mean, yeah, it is your job.
Anchorage, did
This
you need
is-
something?
This is a matter of life or death.
Yeah, would you come to get these lizards?
You need me to come help you for lizards?
Yeah.
What kind of lizard is it?
really.
I ask. Tom.
Well, it's either a very slow or a very fast lizard.
It's just one lizard, not multiple lizards?
Oh god, I hope it's just one.
Look, if it's slow, if it's fast, I really hope it's slow. But if it's fast, lizard, we'll catch him.
You need to understand how fast we're talking about. He turned into a wagon.
All right, let's just go. Let's just go.
The story is getting more and more outrageous as you're talking
I've got
about
to
it.
see what this lizard looks like.
Yeah, so do I.
Anchorage starts walking.
You start walking. So you guys are going to head out of the... are you following Tommund?
Yes.
Is Tommund walking away?
Oh, Tommund, are you leading them to the
Yes,
lizard
I'm,
site?
I'm leading them to the lizard.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
Tommund.
Tommund, Erris, are you going with him?
Yeah, I'm just gonna trail behind,
I mean,
just
like,
shaking my
With
head.
an introduction like that, how can you not like just need to know
My
what's
curiosity
going on? Yeah, your
has
curiosity's
got me.
piqued. And maybe you'll find something worth trading for that staff. Okay.
Maybe I can take this lizard.
Maybe you can trade the lizard. All right, Tom, and you lead them off towards where the lizard was, and you lead them back into the hill inn to leave Stumphold. And on your way out, you see Gilda. In all of her matriarchal glory, she's this kind of older halfling woman. Her red hair is grayed pretty much completely at this point. She keeps it back in a tightly pulled bun. She's got a very round, kindly face. Putting the gilf back in Gilda. She
Damn, Gilf.
kind of sways up to you, and
Damn, she Gilf.
she's keeping it real for an old woman. She's kind of sexy.
I whisper to Erris and Tom, and I say, "Oh, here comes Gilf Goddess. Here comes the Gilf Goddess, Gilda
Goggins.
Goggins."
I know that that's not a real god. I know.
No, dude, it's a MILF goddess.
No. I know that there's no more gods. You're not telling me that. I won't believe it.
I'm not finding another one.
I thought you believed in. Wait, what's it called?
A god?
Agoth.
Yeah.
I thought you believed in Agoth. Not Gilf goddess?
Wait.
Not Gilf goddess.
What do
you
you-
can only choose one.
What do you mean find another one?
Yeah, you gotta elaborate that. You have to about
There are too many of them as it stands, to be honest. I'm uncomfortable with how many of these guys are watching over us. They're not doing a great job.
Dude, for real. We just need the one.
We don't need any of them. We don't need any of them.
Well, I mean, Agoth gives me some pretty cool powers, so.
Look around you. Look around you. You think this place is pretty cool?
Like,
The
like
Kattegat.
the, like, oh, like the whole Kattegat, not just like this bar? Because I was going to say, like, this bar seems pretty dope.
Thank you, Anchorage. Gilda, she walks up just as you say that. I also think it's pretty dope. My family did build it from the ground up, so I would certainly hope so. Speaking of, I've got a new job for you. Anchorage, if you're going out, it would be wonderful if you would deal with this. Sorry.
And she's gonna hand you this little paper like scroll that looks like she just pulled off the quest board.
There are lizards at stake. Miss Gilf.
Well, let me tell you, there's a troll under Slightwater Bridge again. And someone really needs to deal with that. All of the details are provided in that scroll within. It's not a super big rush on it, but just deal with it sooner than later, please.
Okay, not a big rush. Okay. We'll deal with the lizards first. Don't worry, Tommund.
Wait, you're going to deal with a lizard first? This is a troll.
It's either
Listen, we're in
a
a big
really
time rush
fast or a really slow lizard, and we don't know which.
Okay, that sounds serious.
I want to walk out the front door.
You guys walk out the front door of the little hill inn.
I'm just
and you head
watching
out.
this happen. I'm just
It's
vibing.
hilarious. Are Erris and Tommund, are the two of you leaving after Anchorage?
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I figured. Just thought I'd check. You guys also leave the hill end and exit out into the outside of Kattegat. Are you guys going straight for the little clearing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just follow Tommund as soon as.
Yeah, Tommund, you set off at a quick pace. There's no time to be lost here. This lizard could be really fast and a wagon. So
There was a lot of feet there, so he might also be a millipede.
with wheels also.
At this point, I don't know what to expect.
That story is like, you thought you knew what was going on, kind of, but now it's like just becoming so muddled, you just lost. But Tommund leads you into this area, and he opens up into the little clearing where the really slow lizard was. And you see the same thing that Tommund saw earlier. It's this empty clearing with no slow lizard or fast lizard in sight. It's trampled down in a lot of places. The grass is like bent over, and there are definitely wagon tracks leading into this sort of opening in the trees where they've like smashed their way through to get the wagon out. Erris and Anchorage, the two of you can make me investigation or perception checks.
Dude, you weren't kidding. It really turned into a carrot.
I'm not so sure.
Thank God Erris is here. We never get anywhere.
What is it, investigation?
Or perception, whatever you want.
Obviously, you haven't lived in the Kattegat very long. These things happen.
These things
I
happen.
mean, they kind of do. Like, that's kind of not that out of the ordinary for a slow
You're
lizard.
telling me people came to steal one of these monsters? Really? That's what you believe?
18.
18?
I also got 18.
Damn! Alright.
But mine's plus 3.
So
18,
21.
Yeah.
Okay, so an 18 and a 21. Erris, you don't even, like, kneel down to, like, look at it all. You, like, do one sweep
Yeah,
over
and
and
I
you
got
figure out what happened here.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like some sort of snatch squad rolled up on this lizard. It could be maybe as many as 20 people.
20 people for this.
And
lizard.
yeah, more
You said the lizard was
concerningly-
cat size?
The lizard was about cat size.
Okay.
More concerningly, you see the footprints of these things that the Slim-siders of Kattegat, the people who live within the walls actually in Kattegat, called butcher dogs.
Butchered.
Which are these creatures that are used mostly by the wall guard. They're these large, about bull-sized dogs that are able to drink the magic right out of creatures like vampires do when they get a hold of them. So they're trained to just bite down and drain all the magic out of a creature. And like it lock jaws like a pit bull. Those things are very dangerous, and you're seeing tracks of maybe upwards of 4.
And this has to be a magical being, I guess, that they're retrieving. Possibly.
Slow lizard, magical being,
Yeah.
something like that maybe. I mean, just about everything in Kattegat is magical.
Okay.
You'd be hard pressed to find something that wasn't.
Damn it, they got the dogs.
Yeah, you're like, oh, fucking
They're a pain in
butcher
the ass.
dogs. You, as a mage, you hate butcher dogs.
Hated it.
They drain your spell slots right away. It's brutal. Anchorage, you're able to get about this same message from it. Not in as quite as much detail.
Maybe you don't notice the dogs.
People there
People there
took
lizard, left in a large, heavily laden wagon. Like, this wagon had a lot of weight on it, which is also strange because it looks like a lot of the people were just walking.
Interesting. I look over at Anchorage, know that he is getting the just as much as I am, and then turn to Tommund. All right, so what else do you know about this lizard?
Well,
Do you know anything else that could be of information?
I mean, I reckon he's not from around these parts.
You reckon the slow lizard ain't from around?
Ain't from Randy's boy.
He's from out of town.
You can elaborate on that for him?
Up.
Up?
He came from up.
He fell.
Oh, he came from Stonehive.
No, just up there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. From up in the mountains.
No, for real. He just.
Oh, so like he fell out of a tree.
That's one tall tree.
I mean, there are like 1,000-foot trees, but
Nah, you'd see
Nah.
the trunk from here.
yeah, you'd be able to see the trunk.
Anchorage, what do you say? We go after this thing?
Dude, we do, but we're
That was
pretty
a question. Of course, we're getting my lizard.
We're pretty slow. I feel like we need to figure out a way. Although if it's a heavily laden, okay, how heavy was this lizard?
You probably have exact measurements of the lizard.
That's
somewhere.
true. Let me just look at my exact measurements.
Yeah,
of
you're
this lizard.
you look at your exact measurements of the lizard. What's a normal lizard weight? Like, it's probably like 5 pounds.
Yeah. Well, it's cat size, so it can maybe be like 10 pounds.
He was
Maybe
about the
10
same
pounds.
weight as like 2 melons and a kidney stone. So yeah.
Yeah, that's about the exact measurement.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to like look at the width, at like what I could estimate as the dimensions of this wagon, and see if I think it would be like really slow from.
Okay, yeah, sure. Make me an investigation check.
6.
I mean, wagons aren't particularly slow. They outpace people on foot pretty easily. Unless it's stopped somewhere, it's not likely you're going to catch it.
Can I cut in? I am a moon druid.
Oh.
Specifically, I can turn into animals.
Yeah.
So I usually like to pick a crow. Sometimes my nickname is the crow.
Oh shit! I hate to be the one to break this to you,
Can't.
but you can't transform into creatures with flying speed until level 9.
Damn it!
I'm sorry.
Damn.
I know. It's the most
That's okay.
disappointing.
That's for later
and
on down.
frustrating thing. But
That'll be.
What are the rules on slow lizards or fast ones?
you could, if you'd seen a slow or fast lizard, you could probably turn into one of those.
But I could turn into like a horse or something.
You could turn into a horse. Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
You absolutely could do that.
Switch in between. You could be a slow or fast lizard.
Those are the two things you can do. You're a druid and you can.
It's green light, yellow light. There's no red light.
Okay, then I'm gonna go ahead and turn into like a horse.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like kind of drop down onto all fours without a further word, and
It's an all white horse.
your hands and feet start to transform into hooves, and you grow in size, and you flick your mane and your tail, and you're a fully white stallion, just ready to go, fast as hell too, and big enough for the two of you to ride if you're both hopping on.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. I'll just get on your friend here.
Don't make it weird, dude.
Yeah, the horse turns and looks at it. Don't make it weird.
Hey,
weird,
I didn't say it was weird. Something similar happened to my lizard, okay? He just turned into a wagon.
Really set on that.
Sorry, I can't turn into a wagon.
All right, are you guys getting on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Can I?
Yeah, I
thank you.
consent.
So, Erris, what kind of pace are you taking this at?
I'm taking a harsh pace. We
Like
are
full
going
gallop?
after this.
It's pretty easy because the path was super cleared by the carriage coming through, so you make really quick time of it. You're just blazing through the woods at a remarkable speed along this path. You're at this path for probably about 30 minutes. When you start to hear voices in the distance.
I abruptly slow down.
You abruptly slow down.
How abruptly?
You're not gonna fly off, but you have to like grab on.
Do we have to make dex saves?
No dex saves. No dex saves. As much you guys are really trying to get yourself killed here.
You're going flying. I buck you off.
You kind of slow down to a slow pace, and the non-animal creatures there, Anchorage and Tommund, the two of you start to hear the voices now. They're not attempted to be hushed at all. It sounds like a large crowd of people talking from not too far in the distance, maybe over the next hill or so, or through some of the thicker trees. You can't quite see anything yet.
I want to do Thieves' Cant to Tommund and say, like, do you know Thieves' Cant?
Do you know Thieves' Cant, Tommund?
No, I do not.
No, he doesn't.
What is that?
So Anchorage like flashes what look like gang signs at you, and you just have absolutely no idea what he's talking about.
I know.
Yeah, so I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna tap on Erris's neck, and then, or no, did you turn back into a human?
No.
You guys get off.
Yeah.
Oh, are you gonna?
Yeah.
Okay, so the two of you like climb off now, and Erris, you drop back down into your human form.
And then you can tap.
And I want to say, in Thieves' Cant, I'm gonna go around left. Do you want to go around right, and I'll take Tommund with me?
I sign yes.
Okay.
And then just keep on going. I move towards the direction and just leave them to.
Okay, so you're going off towards the right to kind of like circle
Yes.
around.
I kneel down a little bit, trying to not be
Okay.
just walking fully straight up into the trees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And then Anchorage and Tommund, the two of you are going left.
Yeah, well, I go over and I whisper all of this to Tommund.
Okay.
I listen this time.
Good for you. That's really helpful. That really just streamlines this process. I appreciate that, Tommund. That's really cool of you. Okay, so you guys split the party naturally, especially since you only have 3 members. And I need stealth checks from all 3 of you.
20.
20,
18.
18.
Man, I'm so glad that mattered. I got a 9.
Well, so Erris and Anchorage, the two of you are very used to crime. You're used to being sneaky. You just kind of drop and meld in with nature in the shadows, just completely effortlessly. And then behind you, Anchorage, is just clang, 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 clang. Fucking Tommund in his metal suit. And there's just like the stench of the herb he's smoking. It's just like, you're just like, oh god, this is not great. But anyway, you press on. And the two of you split up.
I'm so glad I'm alone.
Yeah. So Anchorage and Tommund, the two of you crest over this hillside, and in this sort of like gully, this little like bowl-shaped valley sort of thing, there's like a full military camp just set up there. There's 3 large black tents, all flying this banner that you have not really seen around. You've seen it once or twice, but nothing like this. It's this crow with its wings impaled into a tree. And it's just in full red and black. That's the only colors on the flag, and it's just flying above all 3 tents. And you see there are these carriages just coming and going from within the camp and then down along this mountain pass that leads deeper into the Kattegat.
Did I tell you about the dogs, or did you notice the dogs at all, Anchorage?
I will say Anchorage noticed the dogs as well. And Anchorage, you will especially notice the butcher dogs now. Mm-hmm. Every single one of the carriages are being pulled by 4 butcher dogs. You have no idea where this army got the stock of them. They must have been breeding them or stealing them from somewhere. And then that brings you to the soldiers. There's a lot of them. Not like a lot by normal army standards, but to organize this many people in Kattegat is strangely unheard of. This is definitely weird. Do you want to try maybe get a closer look? Maybe roll me a history check on that flag? Do you want to...
Can I roll a history check on that flag?
Yeah, absolutely.
Could I give advantage?
How? You have to be sneaky.
We're whispering back and forth.
Okay, sure. You can have... You take the help action. I'll give it to you. 19. God damn it. I shouldn't have given you that advantage. You have seen those banners before. They belonged to the king of Kattegat, a barbarian by the name of what's his name? Balzac. So he's the barbarian king of Balzac. He was able to rally a lot of the Fae and the humans of Kattegat together since he was half Fae and half human. And he was a very well-known warrior, this Balzac. And he was respected by all and feared by most. And he was able to kind of establish himself as a sort of de facto leader of Kattegat, sort of speaking on behalf of the people of Kattegat for up against like the more oppressive powers keeping the people in Kattegat and, you know, manning the walls and stuff. He was kind of the face, and it gave a little bit more credibility to the people of Kattegat since they had like one ruler, and since it was this really powerful warrior that a lot of people were pretty scared of, this Balzac the barbarian. But before Balzac even finished his castle, a couple years ago, he died. Right before his castle was finished. And his castle was being built near the center of Kattegat, and it was supposed to like reinvigorate people living in Kattegat, but then he died. And you kind of thought that the empire would have just died out with him. And you kind of thought it did. You hadn't heard anything from it in a while. So seeing these banners flying again is definitely weird. You know that he did have a son named Goth, and a wife named Agatha, who, as far as you know, neither of them are dead. But neither of them really seemed like much of the ruling type. You think that when Balzac died, his son was probably like 14. And he's probably just like 16 now. So still just be very like a boy basically. And his wife was never like a warrior or a magician or anything. She was just a common woman that he fell in love with. Oh,
Tom.
Balzac.
Huge idea. We're gonna go in there. Do you have any of the stuff you've been growing on you?
Let me check my inventory. It would appear that the most useful item I have on me at the moment is a coconut.
Is it intact?
And you cannot have that.
I don't want it. I just need to use it.
Dude, come on. If you can make a plan out of the coconut,
Okay.
you at least gotta see where it's
I'll
going.
see where this is going.
Okay, I want to hide all of my weapons and my Agoth symbol under some shrubs at the edge.
Okay. Make me a survival check. Just see how well you hide these.
That's a 24.
Fuck you. Okay. What's the next step in this plan? You hide your stuff.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna walk in. We're gonna if we get stopped, we're gonna say that we're trying to bring a sample of our wares. We're trying to provide the whole army coconuts. But ideally we won't get stopped because
I will not be doing this.
and then we'll figure out where the lizard is. Cause it's in here.
That's true. Okay, the lizard is here.
Okay, while you
right
guys
about that.
contemplate that and remember how to speak directly into your mics, we're going to cut over to Erris really quickly. So, Erris, you went the other way, and you end up cutting way closer into this gully. By the time it comes into sight, you are right on the edge of it. Luckily, you're stealthy enough and no one has seen you, but you get a pretty good look at the operation going on here. You can only kind of see the side of one of the large tents, and you can see the flag flying up there. And you see these carriages that are coming in and out. They are filled with cages. Each one filled with a magical creature. From griffin to gillywoog. You even see a strange, like, 3-headed turtle that you've never seen. Each one unique and in a separate little cage. You see no repeat magical creatures at all. But hundreds. So many. You didn't even know there were this many kinds of magical creatures in Kattegat. And they're just being shipped off in these cages on these carriages. You see carriages coming in with these cages and then carriages leaving down that road with cages. Each cart pulled by these butcher dogs.
No lizard?
You can make a perception check.
$14.
No lizard.
Dang.
You look around for it, but there's so many. And you're kind of like, you don't have a good vantage point. You're just kind of hiding behind a bush. You can't really see all this too well. There's a lot of soldiers milling about those places. It's bussing. It's popping off right now. There's a lot of people here.
Interesting.
Anything you want to do here, Erris? You don't see Tommund or Anchorage.
You don't see Tommund or Anchorage. I want to see if I can find the lizard.
You want to go
Although-
into the camp?
I can't get any closer.
You could,
Okay.
but you can't get any closer without entering the camp.
Okay.
So you'll be like fully in enemy territory.
Okay.
Not necessarily enemy territory, but like Assassin's Creed, like you just entered a zone where everybody's going to be hostile if they catch you.
Could I turn into one of the dogs?
Oh, turn into a butcher dog?
Yes.
So technically they are not beasts. They
Okay.
are more of like horrors.
Okay.
But you could turn into like a little cat or something, or like a little rabbit, something that wouldn't be out of place around here.
I'll
if you
turn
wanted to do
into
that.
I'll turn into a spider.
A spider.
I'll turn into a
Ooh,
spider.
nice. You hunch down.
Watch me get squashed.
Yeah, you just get stepped on and
Yes.
die. You just hunker down in the bush and shrink down into your spider form. What does your spider form look like?
Kind of. Let's see.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No, I'm just.
It's like spidery. I
It's
don't
like
know.
a spider.
8 legs.
Yeah.
Fuck, it's a spider, dude. You want me to say?
It's just an all black spider.
All black spider, very, very dark elf of you.
Yes.
Are you a dark elf? You're half elf.
Just half elf.
Right.
I have not decided which kind of elf.
Okay, that's fine. Shh, don't tell the people. As long as they don't know, it's fine.
It's fine.
Okay. You turn into this creepy, crawly, all black spider, and you skitter into the camp. You're surrounded by noise, people talking, the smells of cooking food, the stenches of hundreds of magical creatures being locked in little cages with nowhere to shit and piss.
Oh my god.
And a lot of them, now that you're getting closer there, they look injured. You can see butcher dog bite marks on most of them.
This is heartbreaking.
It's hard to look at. You like pass by this cage with this long cage that's about like 2 feet high with a unicorn like pressed down, laying down in it, just like bleeding from a large bite wound on its leg. You're like, this is a little strange. You're really not sure what's going on here. And you see this huge figure come out of the middle tent, and he's this giant of a man with this like huge black beard that he's got parted and braided. And he comes like stomping up into the middle of the camp, and he's got these 2 huge hammers on either side, and he's got like kind of like a wolf's tail pulled back with his like big bald spot in the middle, and all these crooked sharp teeth, and his body is covered in these like foliage tattoos, most of them like colored, these flowers just popping up everywhere and vines all over his body. And he's looking around all in a huff, and he like stomps off towards this carriage that you see limping into this encampment. Let me get the exact details on this so I don't get it wrong for you. So this carriage, it limps into camp. It has clearly suffered through some sort of an assault that it really wasn't ready for. The body of the carriage is taken like serious beatings. The wood is reinforced with these like iron bars. Some of them have just been like ripped and bent. The crew, there's like 3 guys left. And you've seen most of these other carriage crews have had like 8 to 10. And it's pulled in by just one butcher dog, and there's another one still hooked in that it's just like dragging its corpse along, still hooked into like the reins, but it's like completely motionless. And this massive man like walks up to it, and you can hear him yelling something at the people like, oh, what the fuck happened, or something like that. And then he sends the carriage off for repairs, and the 3 guys, they like walk towards one of the tent to the far right. Then they just look battered. They look like they've seen something, and they just wordlessly to everyone else, you see people like, oh, what happened? 3 of them, they don't say anything. They just go straight for that tent. And then you see some people, they like cut the dead butcher dog free, and the other one's like super injured, and they have some like healers start to like stitch up the wounds or whatever. Anything else you want to look at around this camp?
I kind of want to find Anchorage and Tommund.
Okay, make me a perception check.
Okay. 7.
7?
7.
I mean, you're a little spider. It's hard to get a good vantage. You
can't
kind of
see shit.
climb
That
up
makes
on
sense.
one of these little posts and start weaving your little web to be able to see anything, but you can't.
Can't see.
You don't see them.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and cut back to these guys then
Yes.
with your coconut plan, which I'm sure couldn't possibly go wrong.
Look, Tommund, I'm going to do this with or without you.
You're not taking my coconut.
That'll actually probably be better. I could probably sneak better that way. You stay here.
All right, you sneaking in, Anchorage?
Yeah.
Make me a stealth check. And where are you entering from? Do you want to enter near the front where the carriages are exiting? You want to try and swing in through the back where
I
they're
want
entering?
to find some place that's sparsely populated,
Okay.
where there aren't a lot of people.
Yeah.
And the tree line is closest to the main camp.
You actually end up circling around a little bit towards where Erris was to start with, but then you're able to sneak in pretty easily through there.
17.
Rogues. All right, you just crouch down and you sneak into the encampment using the cover of the tents and the shadows and just the confusion of lots of people bustling around to just move from shadow to shadow. Nobody seems to be noticing you. Where are you heading? There's these 3 tents, and then there's the carriages coming in and out. And you're seeing all the things that Erris saw earlier, all these magical creatures locked up in cages and being taken away on these carts.
I want to start by just looking in one of the tents.
Okay, right, left, or middle?
Right.
Okay. So the right tent is the one kind of on the far side. You sneak over towards there and you pull up the side of the canvas a little bit to peek in. This looks like it's the barracks. This looks like where all the men are staying. You see probably maybe 100 bunks in here. All these soldiers dressed in these fully black armor suits, all identical, little mix of iron and leather for a protective yet light suit of armor. And it's all black with black helmets, black shields, black spears.
Is there a knife I could grab, a small one?
I
I realize I just left my stuff behind. But
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, you want to reach under and just try and grab a knife.
yeah.
Off one of the mess tables or something.
Yeah.
All right, make me a sleight of hand check.
24.
24. Gee, rogues. Yeah, you just snatch the knife up. It's a pretty standard carving knife. It's got some weight to it, though. You could really fuck somebody up with this. We'll just call it a dagger.
Okay.
And you just slip it behind you, and you go back to sneaking. Do you what now?
I want to cut all 4 of the ropes around the barracks tent. Not all the way, but halfway.
Okay. Sure. I'm gonna need you to make me another stealth check for that. Because you are, that's...
Are you trying to do a distraction?
It's a natural 1.
No. Oh, no. And this is the worst thing you could be caught doing, too.
A distraction.
So, Anchorage, you pop the side of the canvas closed again, and you've got your carving knife, and you go to start cutting the first one of the ropes, and you're really working at it. You're really sawing with it. And you're just about to the point where you like it, and you hear a voice from behind you. You think that cut's deep enough yet? And you turn around to see this giant of a man standing behind you. His body covered in the tattoos with this big black beard and this balding spot. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said, you think that cut's big enough yet?
Nah, not yet.
He reaches down to his side and he pulls one of the massive one-handed mauls off.
Hey. I'm supposed to be cutting this.
You're supposed to be cutting that.
Yeah.
May I ask you, who told you to cut that? And he's gonna he takes the other hammer off the other side of his belt.
What's his name? Commander. Oh God.
Oh, Commander Henry. Is that the one?
No. It wasn't Commander Henry.
I guess you're too clever to fall for that trap. And thus you have learned my name. Henry. Henry the Hammer. And what is your name, little intruder?
What?
What?
Dude, Commander freaking Barnaby told me to cut this rope. I mean, do you know the names of all of your commanders?
Make me a deception check.
15.
15. Oh, that's not too bad. He's not buying it though. You're not in uniform. You're cutting the rope with an obviously stolen mess hall carving knife.
Okay. Look, you got me, man.
It just
What'd you say your name is again? You said it was Henry.
My name is Henry.
Yeah.
I am one of, I would say, our king's most trusted advisors. And who would I be if I let a little intruder like you cut down our barracks? That would be terrible.
Our king? I thought the king was dead.
Oh, yes. Well, there's a new one. Stronger than his father ever was, I'm sure. King Goth will lead us to great things.
Oh, Goth. Yeah, I'm sure Goth is gonna lead us to really fabulous. Oh my God, what's that? I want to point off into the distance.
Roll me a deception check. The classic, oh my God, what's that? Never fails.
That's a 19.
I hate you. Fuck. He, whips around, mauls in hand to, look what it is. I see nothing. And he, turns back, and you're like...
Wait, I want to finish cutting the rope if I can. Really
you
fast
totally can.
On the way
you just cut through the rest of the
and
rope.
actually, I want to disappear into the barracks.
Oh, you want to, just dive
and
under.
see if I can find any uniforms to put on.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll give it to you. You were able to duck, right underneath the canvas in the time when he's looking away. And you just pop inside. And you hear him roaring outside in anger. But you just pop into the barracks, kind of walking around like nothing's wrong. A few of the guards, they look at you a little, why is this guy not in uniform? But honestly, there's a few that aren't. A lot of the injured are out of uniform and they're resting up in here. And you can see a few that are still in the process of changing. There are sets of armor just laying about everywhere here.
Are there any uniforms?
No, officer uniforms, no.
No, are there any just soldier uniforms?
Oh, just the clothing that they would be wearing under it.
Even bloody stuff.
Even there is bloody stuff.
I wanna.
All right.
I mean, it's not too bloody.
No. It's you can find some stuff that's not too morbid. That is a little suspicious. Do you want to try and do it sneakily, just sleight of hand grab a bloody set of?
Yeah, I just want to grab it and
okay.
Dip behind something.
Okay, make me a sleight of hand check.
13.
13, that's good enough. Yeah, you snag the clothes and you dip behind something and you quick change into a more appropriate outfit. Tommund, what are you up to right now, buddy?
Well, it's been too long and I have no lizard. So I need to sneak into the camp.
That seems like a really good idea.
All right.
Are you stealthing in?
I'm going in.
You're going in? Oh, great.
Actually, I'm not even going to stealth. I'm going in.
Okay. Yeah, you just stand up and you're like, oh, fuck it. And you just stroll right in. A couple of the guards, they Oh, hey, buddy. No further, actually. What's your business here? This is an official...
I'm going to hold up the coconut. Do you want to be the reason that this is late to our commander's table? Get out of my way! And I'm going to keep going.
He's just so taken aback by like the aggression and like just without like any doubt that you just showed him this coconut that he just lets you through, no questions asked. He's like, oh yeah, the commander's tent is the one in the...
I know where it is!
Sorry, no, of course you do. And he like looks at his buddy, he's like, stand up straight, come on. And just like go back to their guarding.
I keep going in.
Okay, you keep going in. Are you heading to the commander's tent, or are you going somewhere else?
Yeah,
You're heading for the commander's tent?
I'll head to the commander's tent.
Erris,
I see Tommund.
Tommund just walking
I also
right past
witnessed
you.
Anchorage.
You didn't see
Maybe?
Anchorage.
But you saw the tent.
You do see the tent doesn't collapse. Just
okay.
part because he'd only cut one rope.
Oh yeah.
But you do see Tommund strolling right. He walks like right underneath your web. You could like just drop off onto his shoulder.
I'm dropping onto Tommund.
I mean, you're in a full suit of armor. You won't even feel the spider dropping.
I'm just hanging on.
You just hang on to the side of his armor nice and tight with your spider climb. And yeah, Tommund, you head straight for the commander's tent.
Yeah.
And you walk in the front.
Mm-hmm.
You look about here. Let me. Okay. On the far side. Oh, okay. So this. It's like the room is like sort of lavish and gaudy in the most like gross way. There's all shapes and sizes of like just animal skin rugs covering like every inch of the floor and all over his like large nest like bed of furs and pillows that just kind of like sits in the middle of the room. There's like expensive wines and foods strewn all over the floor. And there is like a and there's a wall that's just been like a wooden wall that's like set up in here that is just covered with different sizes of war hammers, all just nailed up onto this wooden board. And on the far side of the tent is one of the iron cages that you saw on the carriages earlier. This iron cage is circled by a small ring of what looks to be flowing water. And the cage is hung with little cloves of garlic and holy symbols of Agoth. And it's just kind of in the shadowy part of the back of the tent.
Is there anything in the cage, or is it just him?
Make me a perception check.
Come on. 8.
8. Not that you can see, but it's pretty dark.
No.
Tommund?
Is there anyone in here?
No one in here that you can see. There might be someone in the cage, but you can't really tell from this far.
If now that we see no one's in here, I can drop down and turn into
You
myself.
only get 2 wild shapes a day.
Oh, that's
you won't
true.
be able to transform back.
Oh, that's true.
But you can drop shape if you want. You can also like whisper to Tommund in your spider form if you want. Be like, "Hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm little spider, and you're Mrs. Miss
Tommund, it's me.
The entire camp like goes silent as there's just the most girly shriek echoing from the commander's tent. Anchorage, you've like just finished getting dressed and you hear,
I grab a spear or something and I go to check it out.
okay, you go to check it out.
Oh, and I take my hair down.
Oh, and you take your hair down.
Change my
Change your look a little bit. No, that's a good idea. Yeah, you like walk out of the tent and you immediately head over to the commander's tent where you heard the sound. A few other people are looking at it like weirdly, but they also like are like really worried that the commander's gonna be in there and he's gonna be the one that screamed like a little girl. And if they go in there and ask like, "Hey, who screamed like a little girl?" and it's like the big scary muscly commander, they're gonna be like, in a world of hurt. So nobody else is actually going in there. Tommund, you scream, and then you're like, oh shit, I have just made such a terrible mistake. And then you hear like the canvas like flutter open, and you like turn around to see who's walking in. And it's somebody in a full guard uniform with a spear. And then you look a little closer, and it's fucking Anchorage. His plan worked, damn it. Even without the coconut.
Holy shit, how did you get in here, Tommund?
I used the coconut.
Oh god, I'm dead. I'm dead. Whew, that's...
Pause the recording.
Are you kidding me? That's the perfect place to end.
That is so
We could.
That is so true.
I feel like that is seriously the perfect place to end episode 1. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. This has been really fun. This is our first episode. Totally didn't try and do this yesterday and then have the recording go out. So there's totally not a practice episode that we're never going to release or anything like that. This was our first try. And yeah, that's right. We were this funny our first try. Thank you so much for listening. Before we go, just going to go around the table here. I'm Jonah. I'm your DM, and I'm telling you this story. To my right, I have one of our constants and the wonderful
Tommund Jerry.
And just to remind the people what your class and level and race are.
I am a Dragonborn Warlock level 3. Or level 4. Level 4.
And then our other amazing member of Rolling 420s here.
Anchorage, a half-elf, rogue 3, paladin 1.
And our amazing guest today.
Erris Emberwalker, half-elf druid level 4.
Thank you so much for playing, everybody. I'm really excited for next session. We'll see what's happening then. Somebody get me a lighter. No, for real? Like, we got no lighter?
There's not a damn lighter.
There has to be.
War fakers.
How did we lose, like, every lighter just in the process of recording? Okay, thanks, guys! Bye! Bye!